Hi, I'm Tracy Wirtz. I'm a broadcaster, I'm in public relations, and I'm an MC. Here's my story. In 1999, I decided that I needed to change doctors. I had been having some problems, as we women often do, and I decided to see Dr. Michelle Owens. When I walked in, she asked me all the right questions, it seemed. As a woman, we often have those questions. Is anybody else going through this? Why is my body doing this? And we visit with our friends. Well, it kind of felt like that when I walked in and talked to her. She got pregnant not long after that with her daughter, Brooklyn, and she had to step out of the office, and then I got to visit with Dr. G, Dr. Gonzalez. Well, he was just as kind and answered all my questions. And oftentimes as a woman, we feel foolish for asking questions. We aren't sure about the things that our body is doing. Never once did they make me feel foolish. I had some problems, and through the years, those problems were addressed. My questions were answered, always in a timely manner. All of the people in the office were always very kind. My calls were answered in a very timely fashion. As time went on and I reached those years when I was finished having babies, I continued with my regular visits, partly because I just enjoyed visiting with Dr. Owens. She really has become a good friend and a great listener. And again, you still have those questions even after you have babies. Your body changes, and boy, you hit that 40 mark and you aren't sure exactly what's going to happen. I went through a hysterectomy. Dr. Owens and Dr. Gonzalez performed that. And it wasn't an easy process, but they walked me through it. A few years later, my hormones started to change, as they do with women who have hysterectomies. I wasn't sure what to do. You hear a lot of horror stories about hormone therapies and whether to take a pill or a patch or a rub. And she talked to me about the bioidentical hormone pellets. And at first I was a little bit concerned, and then I talked to my friends. A couple of them had had those, and they talked about how good they were for them. And then I asked her more questions, and she was very open with me. She was very honest. She told me she herself was a patient of the bioidentical hormone pellets, and that gave me greater comfort. She's always been very open and very honest with me about the things that she believes in, the things that she doesn't believe in, the ways that things could help me or hurt me, or things that she says, no, I just don't feel comfortable with that. And as a patient, as a person, as a woman, that's very important to me. Well, at that point, we began the bioidentical hormone pellets, and I've done them ever since. They help me to feel better. They help me to feel more like myself. They help to keep me steady. They help to keep my marriage very, very active and very lively. My husband likes them. And it's something that I hope to continue for as long as I'm here on this earth. And then there's cosmetic surgery. As a woman, gravity is not our friend. It pulls things down. It dulls the shine. We are wonderful creatures. Our bodies are built in amazing ways. For those of us who have given birth, that is probably the greatest gift from God that we will ever get. But time takes its toll. And we look in the mirror and we see the lines. And we see the effects that gravity has on us. And some things I've had done, some things I may contemplate having done, that I never thought as a young woman that I would ever think about. But it plays on our self-conscious. It makes us a little bit more hesitant to do the things that we maybe once would have done. As somebody who's been on camera and is in front of people's faces all the time, and has taken some not very nice comments from folks who don't realize that we're flesh and blood. I know how hurtful that can be from the outside world, but more importantly, I know that looking in the mirror sometimes we have to feel comfortable with the face that we put in front of folks. And just by doing some very easy, non-invasive things, we can feel good about ourselves. And when we feel good about ourselves on the outside, when we feel good about ourselves on the inside, we carry ourselves better, and then we can take on the world. It's something that I never regret coming in here every time we have to visit, every time I have to ask a question. And Dr. Owens and Dr. Gonzalez are the reason that I keep coming back here, the reason that I keep asking the questions that I have. And I'm never afraid to ask them. And I trust them implicitly with my life, with my health, with my face, with my skin, and with the things that are important to me physically as a woman. Acadia Women's Health is the place that I will continue to call my place for women's health and cosmetic surgery.